Trump went ballistic after being tossed off Twitter. Trump has many prized possessions, but few seem to inspire him as much personal joy as his Twitter feed, with around 89 million followers. Trump routinely boasted of the social media bullhorn he possessed. He credited it with launching his political trajectory, and he used it as a tool to lacerate his foes. On Friday night, he lost it, and then he lost his mind. Twitter founder Jack Dorsey gave him the royal boot, the royal hatoof on you. The president is ballistic, a senior administration official said after Twitter permanently took down his account, citing the possibility that it would be used in the final 12 days of Trump's presidency to incite more violence, just as it was with the riots that occurred on Wednesday, January 6th, when hundreds of people stormed the Capitol building, which left 5 individuals dead. The official said Trump was scrambling to figure out what his options are. So too was much of the political universe, which has become bleary-eyed, obsessive about Trump's Twitter feed these past 4 years, as he has used the medium to fire advisors, sink legislative initiatives, encourage social duress, and lastly, praise the scores of MAGA faithful just days after hundreds of them violently ransacked the nation's capital. In a statement issued by the White House, Trump said he'd been negotiating with various other sites while we also look at the possibilities of building out our own platform in the near future. But aides did not reveal what plans were in the works. When Trump's eldest son, Don Jr., offered up a URL to those hoping to keep tabs on his father's whereabouts, it was a site that had been purchased in 2009 and in recent years a place where his books were sold. For those who did sign up, an email was sent plugging his latest work, Liberal Privilege. As you know, the election is coming up, it read, of the contest that took place 2 months ago. For Trump, the Twitter ban was yet another inglorious passage to the final chapter of his presidency. Over the past 2 days, he's been admonished by his own aides, chastised by Republicans, and threatened once more with impeachment, as well as several of his cabinet members have resigned. Through it all, he's been uncharacteristically quiet, banished temporarily, at first from the main social media platforms, but also unwilling to go out and speak before the press. The only times the public saw him were through awkwardly edited White House-produced videos. In one, he urged for the rioting to end while clinging to the fiction that the election had been stolen from him. In another, he conceded he would not serve a second consecutive term, and a new administration would be coming in on January 20th, 2021, without mentioning the word Joe Biden. There are no plans to immediately emerge from his cocoon either. One White House official said there were initial internal discussions between White House aides and Trump of doing a last farewell interview, but the official added, "I'm not sure if they're going to come to fruition." I don't want the lasting impression of this administration to be what happened at the Capitol building, the official said. We have a lot of accomplishments of this administration that should be highlighted so that we can leave a good final impression. Trump entered office boasting of how he was the Hemingway of 140 characters, and crediting Twitter in particular for powering his political ascent. More than 56,000 tweets later, he leaves amid a futile game of whack-a-mole with the tech moguls he despises, exiled to the outer provinces of the internet. Sounds like elbow. If this is how Trump's presidency closes out, it will be a remarkable endnote. As a candidate for office, he was at times ubiquitous, posting outrageous takes on Twitter, calling into cable news shows, saying it's fake news, and grabbing the camera's attention, even when the podium on which he was set to hold a campaign rally was empty. Now he's increasingly isolated and receding from the spotlight. His favorite bully pulpit and bullhorn is gone. And oh, the presidency is also. And with that being said, 45 is permanently banned and 55 is out. Good night, everybody, and sleep tight, and don't let the bed bugs bite. You can put it on the board. Yes, he gone, and he is gone.